I like to keep things very informal, so if you have questions, please bring them up, and I'll try to answer them. I am a school teacher, so I'm used to anything. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them. You don't have to hold your hand up, although in my class you would. So, not because that was they were being impolite, it's just that they were talking over each other sometimes. So we'll go ahead with the program. I don't know if it's 3 minutes. It's okay if we start? All right. Casey Lee has invited me here today, and Casey is one of my students of the past. Casey was one of those kind of guys that had interest just about everywhere, and I tell you, he was unbelievable. He kept me going. We had a spelunkers group, and everybody knows that's rock caving, or caving, I should say, cave exploring. You don't see many caves around here. You see mostly tunnels or lava tubes. And so, but we went through just about every lava tube in Gifford Pinchot. We never got down to Hood River, but we went through Gifford Pinchot. And Casey, what would you think how many you went through?
Anywhere from 35 to 50 around.
And some of those were get a little scary, but it was fun. We really enjoyed it. We ended up at the big lava tube, I don't know what you call it. Anyway, it's 8 caves area, and right below 8 caves there is a lake cave. And Lake Cave has a lake in it. There was Ole's Cave, and Ole's Cave had a little rock formation that looked like Washington, George Washington. It was kind of neat. One of them, the Lake Cave, they had a lava tube of a tree. Okay, it was tree cast, and there was a dead elk in there. Were you there that?
I just don't remember that.
Okay. Did you go over to Lewis River with us?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was it. May have been another time. So, but anyway, we enjoyed doing that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just start the NASA talk here. We have something going on here this year that's really, really, really unbelievable. 50 years ago we started got to the moon. And so that's basically what we'll be talking about today. I won't be talking too much. I have couple of videos I thought were very well done, so we'll let them speak for themselves. Oh, this is my grandson back here, by the way, Leslie.
Born on the 13th,
Ah, my name is no, he wasn't, but I couldn't, I thought he would be, but he wasn't. Okay, my name is Les Hastings. I'm a NASA Solar System Ambassador. Most people say, oh, what's that? All the time that I was teaching, I got involved with lots of science classes dealing with space. I started the astronomy club. We had a space science club. And we had a contest one year to name the new Challenger. Remember when the Challenger went down? They were building a new shuttle so that they could, the Endeavor. And what we did was we entered our name, which is what we thought it should be, but we knew it wouldn't win. But we did have a good things to back it up as to why we picked it. You had to pick an exploring ship of the past. And so we picked this particular one because it had a lot to do with the Northwest and the Columbia River and stuff like that. I only have about a half an hour here, so I'll go into it anyway. Everybody know the guy by the name of Robert Gray discovered the Columbia River. Oh, that was something else. He was a fur trader, and he would come through the Northwest here, stop, pick up furs from the Indians, and then he would. This was 1792, by the way. So he would come through there, and then he would go on up the coast from one place to another. Well, he came by the entrance, or the exit, I guess, of the Columbia River, and he said, that might be something there, and because they were always looking for a Northwest Passage. And they said there might be something there in it, but he could see a lot of sandbars and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of action. So anyway, he took the ship and he went on up through past that, and sure enough, there was this great big monstrous river coming out. And they've been looking for it for 300 years. And the Russians, the English, in fact, Vancouver was in the same area at that time. He was in the Puget Sound area. And he had just gone past that area, hadn't seen it. So everybody had gone past it, nobody saw it. And so Captain Gray went on in with his ship and saw that it was a beautiful river, and at that time, you know, we didn't have the Northwest that belonged to the U.S., so they were still establishing rights, and Vancouver was one of those guys that was there for that reason, establish rights. Of course, he was there as an exploratory mission, but the idea was to get the rights and find out, you know, explore all the different things. So Captain Gray was heading on up north. He went to Puget Sound. He ran into Vancouver. Vancouver had his little fleet there. One of them was the Discovery, a space shuttle. The other one was the HMS Chatham. HMS stands for Her Majesty or His Majesty's ship. And so anyway, he talked with Vancouver, and Vancouver said, very interesting, very interesting. And then pulled anchor and beat it down south. And so he went down to this, to that area that Captain Gray told him about, and he went across the bar, but not with the Discovery. He went across the bar with the HMS Chatham, which was a smaller ship. So he gets across the bar, and there's a boat there in anchor. Another American that was in there with a ship by the name of Jimmy. And so Lieutenant Broughton was the captain of the Chatham, and so he took his ship all the way up to Vancouver, up today, not Canada, and then went up towards the Quicksand River, which Lewis and Clark later named. But he didn't call it quicksand, but he went up there. It's called the Sandy River today, and then turned around and went back. Well, our idea was that we had the Discovery, which was the ship that Vancouver had. We had the Columbia, which was the ship that Captain Gray had. So both of those are shows. And so we decided that it would be a good name to be the Chatham. That's not a very sounding name like the Endeavor, but you know, we picked it. So anyway, we entered it, and we did win for Washington, and as a result, I got to go back to the rollout of the Endeavor down at Palmdale, California. And then we went over to, they invited me over to the launch of the Endeavor. So I was real fortunate to be able to do all those things. But anyway, I need to shut up, so let's get going here. I taught in the Stevenson Parsons School for 32 years. I retired a year this palindromic number. What do you think? Kids would say 1771, and I would say no, a little earlier than that. I mean, a little later than that. Any idea?
1913?
19... No, I gave you a clue, 1771. If you read that backwards, it would be 1771. Okay, so that's palindromic number. So I retired in 2000. Okay. I write a space science column for 3 Southwest Washington community newspapers, Stevenson, with Skamania Pioneer, and Norton, and Rochester. So they're kind of fun to write for. The reason for these presentations is basically I give one every month up at the Skamania Lodge, and you're all welcome to attend. We have good cookies and a nice, comfortable environment, and we talk about astronomy. I call it Gold Skies, and NASA. What's the latest in NASA? Oh, the Solar System Ambassador, I forgot about that. What you do is that you have to apply for it, and send a resume, and if it works, if they accept it, then you become a solar system ambassador. Really tough stuff. So anyway, that's how I became an ambassador, mainly because I really got involved with other things that NASA had also while I was teaching, and got to ride in their airborne observatory, and there's another whole story about that, so we'll get going. What's up for December, what's up for July 2019? We'll go ahead, and this is a program that NASA puts out every month. Guess what the next one's going to be? What's up for August? All right. So go ahead. No sound? I told you I was needed to check that. This way. Things that happen. There's another one of those things. Okay, I thought about.
Oh, yeah, this is one live.
Celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 mission, making the first human landing on the moon, while looking forward to the future of lunar exploration. For this month, a special edition of What's Up. Here are 5 things about the moon that you can share with others when you're gazing up at the natural sky. How far away is the moon? The moon is farther away from us than people often think. A good ballpark number to remember is that the moon is about 250,000 miles away, or about 400,000 kilometers. It's such a big gap that we could just about fit the other 7 major planets in the space between the two moons. Astronauts from 3 of the Apollo missions, including Apollo 11, placed special reflectors on the lunar surface that is still used to determine the moon's distance with extreme precision. In fact, we revealed that the moon is moving away from Earth about 1.5 years. How big is the moon? This was another easy approximation to remember. The moon is about 1/4 the size of Earth in diameter. It's about as wide as the United States. What color is the moon? reflects light from the sun. And up close, the moon's surface is mostly gray, cold, well-worn. Why do we ever see the same side of the moon? Now, it may not look like it, but the moon really does rotate on its axis, much like Earth. We always see essentially the same face of the moon because it orbits around the Earth in the same amount of time it takes to rotate. The reason is limited gravity and the same forces that cause daily ocean tides. A side note is that since it's rotating, there really is no plunge in the dark side of the moon. The changing phases of the moon demonstrate how a portion of its surface that's lit by the sun revolves around the moon every month over the course of the lunar day. What are the dark areas? One of the main things you notice when observing the moon is that it has those bright and dark areas across the surface. Everybody's familiar with the man in the moon, right? The dark areas are known as Mars, Latin word for seas. The lunar Mars are volcanic bases created in the aftermath of ancient impacts billions of years ago. After the impact, the craters filled with lava, which eventually cooled to form smooth, dark plains. One of the most famous Mars is the Sea of Tranquility. This was the one that I chosen for Apollo 11 in part because it is fairly smooth and light. So look at the Sea of Tranquility. You'll produce two large dark markers that overlap. If you face south, they'll be on the moon's right side. Tranquility is the lower of the two, and the Apollo 11 landing site is right. 50 years on, NASA continues to reveal the moon's secrets. And I can send you that human astronauts to it every day. You can learn more about Apollo and NASA's future plans for the moon at NASA.gov. I'm Jeff Kazan, so NASA's Laboratory, and that's what's up.
Okay, I gave you a little information about the moon. Any questions? All right, well, we'll go on to the next one. And the next one is an actual journal, and it was all brought together with all of the archives that they have on going to the moon. And this is what Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong was going to. Anybody know who was up there in the capsule and orbit around the moon when these guys were going there? Okay, Michael Collins. And so we'll go ahead with that one then.
The Apollo 11 lunar module Eagle, flown by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, took about 12 and a half minutes to go from its orbital speed of nearly 6,000 kilometers an hour to a soft touchdown on Mare Tranquillitatis. This was the first Apollo landing, and it would prove to be the most arduous. Prior to its descent, Eagle was orbiting the moon around the lunar equator in an east-to-west direction. Its orbit's low point was only about 60 kilometers in altitude, and it was over 50,000 feet, and would occur about 500 kilometers east of the landing site. Here, Eagle's main engine would be ignited to begin the descent to the surface, an event called Power Descent Initiation, or PDI. Eagle's problems began even as the spacecraft appeared from around the moon's limb. It had been fitted with metal sheets below its moving thrusters to protect its lower section from their hot exhaust, but these were interfering with the reception pattern of its dish antenna. Also, unknown to the astronauts, an error in their trajectory had moved the probable landing point 6 kilometers downrange of its intended spot and narrowed into unplanned territory. Once the burn began, further difficulties would mar Eagle's final descent to the surface. The majority of the descent was controlled by the onboard computer using one of 3 programs stored in its memory. The first, P63, was run 9 minutes before PDI, and it would continue for a further 9 minutes. Its function was to start the engine and control the braking phase. The first 3 minutes after PDI were flown with the windows facing the surface. This allowed Armstrong to time the passing of landmarks and make a true judgment of their trajectory. Armstrong then turned Eagle around to have the windows face upwards. Now the landing radar could see the surface and feed accurate altitude and velocity data to the computer. With about 3 minutes remaining, control of Eagle switched to P64 and started the approach phase of the descent. Eagle pitched forward to a more upright attitude, which gave the crew their first view of the landing site. It also allowed the computer to indicate where on the surface it intended to land, and it gave Armstrong the opportunity to move that point when he thought it unsuitable. About 600 meters out of control was transferred to P66. This put Armstrong into the control loop, letting him adjust Eagle's attitude and rate of descent as he flew helicopter-like to the surface.
Eagle Houston has to go around
2 minutes, 20 seconds, everything looking good. We show out. About 27,000 feet. Right. Right, Spider, GTC is right now. AC voltage now. Roger. Okay, looking good. You're still looking good at 3 minutes. Okay, control, let me know when he starts his yaw here. How's your best been looking now? Flight Spider, we do have the
2, fuel pressure. Did fuel on it. Fuel pressure. He didn't want to stay ready on the garage. He sent 2 fuel. Eagle Houston is D-10-2 fuel. Come on, over. 72.
Altitude 13,000 miles. You're good. Velocity 9,100 feet per second.
Switch over time, please. Roger, stand by. You're looking good at 8 minutes. Yeah, estimated, what's our TGO? That's okay, we still got landing radar, guys. Okay, I'll converge. Does it converge?
Yep.
Okay. Like, we're still real good. Roger, Fido.
Vital says we're go. Altitude 9,200 feet.
30, you're looking great.
December 1, 1997.
64, copy. He goes good. Right, he goes go. We have position 2 on the alarm. Right, position 2 off flight controllers, 20 seconds to go for land. Eagle, you're looking great. Coming up 9 minutes.
We're now in the approach phase. Everything looking good. Altitude
Okay, off
5,200
flight
feet.
controllers, go landing. Retro. Go, go. Guys, go. Control. Go. 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 That's onward. Go for landing.
Altitude
Eagle
4,200.
Houston, you're go for landing. Over. Roger, understand. Go for landing. 3,000 feet. Put out alarm. Bravo 1. Bravo 1. Roger, 12-1. Set time. We're go. Okay, we're go. We're go. Spring time. We're go. Flight center right on. Real good. 2,000 feet. Into the egg. 47 degrees. Roger. 47 degrees. That's okay. We got 1.5. Roger. Eagle looking great. You're go.
Altitude 16. 1,400 feet. Still looking very good.
Roger, 1202, we copy you. How you doing? Control. 35. Pretty good here. All right, altitude, how do we go? Actually, how do we go? 543. Put 321 down, 33 degrees. 100 feet down at 19. 540 feet down at 30, down at 15. Empty, huh? Okay, Apple. I think we're going to be fine. 400 feet down at 9. Okay, the other call outs from now on will be fuel. Fuel forward. 350 feet down at 4. 30, with the half down. Their egg gun for non-velocity. 300 feet down, 3.5. 40 seconds forward. Now 1.5 down. 70. Heavy paddle under. 50 down at 2.5. 90 feet forward. Okay, about what you say. Call out your light. 8.5 down. 20 feet. 13 forward. 11 forward, 6 down, 9 feet, 200 feet. 4.5 down. 5.5 down. 150, 6.5 down. 5.5 down. 9 forward. Low level? Low level. Good. 620 feet. 100 feet, 3.5 down. 9 forward. 5%. 95. 75 feet. That's looking good. Down and a half. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Lights on. 6. Down 2.5. Forward. Forward. Good. 40 feet down 2.5. 3 times the set. 3 feet, 2.5 down. Face shadow. And 4 forward. 4 forward. We copy you down, Eagle. Okay, everybody, T1, stand by, T1. Tranquility Base here, the Eagle has landed. Rocket point, Tranquility, we copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue, we're breathing again, thanks a lot. Thank you. You're looking good here. Okay, we're gonna be busy for a minute. After I'm on, take care of it. I'll get the bell. I can tell there's about 45 seconds to T1 to stay on stay. What? So guys, 10+2 looks beautiful. Right. And move that down. Okay, keep the chatter down in this room. I was right, Roger. Okay, T1, stay on stay. Retro. Stay. Right, stay. I stay. Control. Stay. Countdown. Stay. Stay. Down. Stay. Surgeon. Capcom or stay for T1. Hey, it looks like we're bending the actual target now. Roger, Eagle, and you're stay for T1. Over. Eagle, you're stay for T1. Stay on. That's it. And we're going to stay for T1. Roger, and we see you getting the up. I will say. Roger. That's it.
Reminds me of my last trip through Seattle. And that's pretty much it for today then, unless we have some questions.
What happened to P65?
Don't know. Okay, can anybody remember where they were at this time when they landed finally? Just one of those kind of things that people put in the back of their mind, I believe. Well, if there's no questions, then I appreciate you coming. Oh, question there. No.
Where did they land?
Where did they land? On the moon. Okay, and we are going back to the moon. NASA has given the orders to be there in 5 years, and that's almost hard to believe that they could do such a thing, but in 5 years they're going through it. I have normally have another presentation where I talk about the things that as we go back to the moon as to how we're going to do it. But today it looks like we're just about out of time, so we'll call it. And thank you very much for coming here today.